There's something about the rain that makes the world feel quieter, softer, and somehow more vulnerable. The road's empty, the sky darkens, and the only sound left is the steady tapping of water against glass. But some storms bring more than just thunder. Some storms carry memories that should have stayed buried. Tonight, I'll share 3 real-life rainstorm horror stories that will make you think twice the next time you hear raindrops outside your window. Let's begin. It happened during one of the strongest monsoon nights I had ever witnessed. The electricity had already gone out 3 times, and the wind howled like it was angry at the world. I was alone at home. My parents were attending a wedding out of town, and I had insisted I was old enough to stay alone. Around midnight, the storm grew worse. The rain slammed against the windows in violent sheets, making it almost impossible to see outside. I closed every curtain, turned on a lantern, and sat on the couch, trying to distract myself with my phone. And I heard tapping. Not just rain, something else. A slow, deliberate tap, 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 against the living room window. Froze. I didn't want to look, but curiosity and fear forced me to. I pulled the curtain just a little, and my heart dropped into my stomach. A man was standing outside, soaked head to toe, staring, not moving, just staring directly into the house. His face was pale, his hair dripping, and his eyes wide and unblinking. I stumbled back so fast I nearly fell. I grabbed my phone and dialed my father. He picked up immediately, his voice tired but normal, until he heard the tremor in mine. Before I could say much, the tapping grew louder. Now not on one window, but several. My father's voice changed instantly. Listen to me. Do not go near the windows. Do not open the door. I'm calling someone. Stay on the line. Then I heard something else. The front doorknob turned. Slowly, gently, as if whoever was outside was testing it. I ran to my room, locked the door, hid behind my bed, and tried not to cry. Minutes passed like hours. The tapping continued. The door handle continued to jingle. Then suddenly, silence. No more tapping. No more movement. Just rain. When daylight finally came, my uncle arrived. He searched around the house, and his expression changed. There were bare footprints in the mud, leading up to every window, leading to the door, but none leading away. As if he had simply vanished. The police later told us something I still cannot accept. A drowned man was found 2 weeks earlier in the river near our neighborhood. He had gone missing during a storm. And that night, the body had been reported stolen from the morgue. No one ever found it. And now every rainy night, keep every curtain shut. Because I'm terrified I'll see him again. When I was younger, my grandmother lived in a village surrounded by thick forests and rice fields. Every monsoon, the floods would rise, and villagers would stay inside after sunset. Not just because of the water, but because of the voice. They called it the storm siren. According to old village belief, whenever a storm raged, a woman's voice could be heard singing near the fields. Anyone who followed her voice would never return. I always thought it was just superstition, until I heard it myself. One night, the rain was so heavy the roof sounded like drums. Power was out. The entire village was dark. Only oil lamps flickered. I couldn't sleep. The storm was too loud. Then through the rain, heard it. Voice. Low. Like someone singing a lullaby underwater. Ha-ha-eh-ha-che. Was beautiful, peaceful, almost comforting. I knew I shouldn't, but I walked to the window. Out there near the rice field, a woman in white was standing, hair drenched, back turned, swaying side to side, singing. My body moved before my mind. Opened the door. The rain hit my skin like ice. I stepped outside. I walked toward her. The closer I got, the colder the air became. My feet sank into the wet soil. I turned. She had no face. Her skin, smooth, blank, featureless. Her singing grew louder, screeching. distorted. I screamed. Arms grabbed me from behind. My grandmother. She dragged me back into the house with strength I didn't know she had. She slammed the door and began praying, hands shaking. She said something I will never forget. She sings for the living, but she belongs to the drowned. Villagers say she appears to children during storms, because they are easier to lure. I still hear her sometimes, whenever it rains heavily, far away. I was driving home from work one stormy night, the kind where wipers can't keep up and headlights feel useless. I pulled over at the only motel on Route 11, an old low building with flickering neon signs. The man at the reception didn't speak. He simply slid a key across the desk. Room 7. The hallway was dim, and the walls smelled like damp concrete. Inside the room, everything was quiet. Too quiet. I tried to sleep, but around 2 a.m., I heard knocking. Not on the door. From inside the bathroom. Low. Steady. I gathered the courage to open the bathroom door. The lights flickered. The shower curtain was drawn. Something was behind it. I slowly pulled the curtain aside and saw a woman standing inside the bathtub, fully dressed, hair dripping, eyes black and empty. Water pooled around her feet, though the shower wasn't running. Before I could move, she spoke. "He won't let us leave." Then she vanished. Big miss. The next morning I fled to the reception, but the building was abandoned. No staff, no furniture, just dust and mold. But the register book was still there. Every guest name was crossed out except the last page. It only said, Room 7. I never drove that highway again. And when it rains at night, I still hear knocking inside my bathroom. Not every storm brings peace. Some bring memories. Some bring warnings. And some bring something back with them. So next time the rain begins to fall, and the windows fog over, and everything grows quiet, make sure you're alone, 'cause something else might be listening too.